In the North, people would harass black people as they tried to swim in public pools. In the South, Jim Crow required separate but equal pools, but they were never really equal. On June 8, 1958, 19-year-old David Isom wanted to go for a swim. He headed to the local pool in St. Petersburg, Florida. That doesn't sound crazy, but David Isom is black, and the pools in St. Petersburg had been segregated the year prior. Instead of going to the dirty pool that black people were supposed to use, nicknamed the South Mole, he headed to the spa pool. And the craziest thing happened. The cashier at the pool doesn't even try to stop him from buying a ticket. There's over 40 white people in the pool that day, and most of them do not care. Some look on with confusion, most just continue their swim. Nobody leaves, nobody harasses David. The lifeguard on duty, Tommy Chinnis, said he was like everyone else. Now, after David left, the manager of the spa pool, John Go, kicked everyone out, went on a racist tirade, and drained the pool. The city manager, Ross Wyndham, kept the pool and the attached gym closed for a whole year. City council fired them both and reopened the pool in 1989. When asked about it by his local newspaper, Isom said, "I feel that it's not a privilege, just a right." Let's go further back to 1952. Sammy Davis Jr. is doing some shows in Las Vegas and is staying at the New Frontier Hotel and Casino. This is notable because Sammy stated he would never perform at a place he could not be a patron. Well, he's hanging out with the Rat Pack at the Sands and playing poker by the pool. Sammy decides to go for a swim. There was no problem with Sammy getting in the pool. He swam, and when he left the pool, they drained it and cleaned it. Even further back in 1949, Washington, D.C. did not segregate pools or anything. But on June 29, 1949, the Anacostia pool riot took place. White pool goers didn't want to share with black pool goers. Estimates say between 400 and 500 people took part in the riot. Nobody died, but some people went to the hospital. The pool was closed for an entire year. That's not the only pool riot in 1949. A few days earlier, on June 21st, 1949, there was another riot. Or attempted lynching, honestly. The St. Louis, Missouri Fairgrounds swimming pool was once the world's largest municipal pool. A handful of black teenagers attempted to swim there. They didn't even get in the pool before being attacked by white swimmers. Then white people flooded the streets and beat any black people in sight with fists and baseball bats. David Isom wasn't the only person who stood up against segregated pools. In 1964, the day before the Civil Rights Act passed, 17-year-old Mimi Jones and several others entered a whites-only pool at a motel in St. Augustine, Florida. They weren't even asked to leave. Seconds later, the owner rushed out, shouting that he was cleaning the pool and poured a gallon of muriatic acid into the water. He had obviously been waiting, maybe even hoping they would get in the pool. Luckily, pools are large enough that a gallon of muriatic acid doesn't have any real power beyond irritating the skin and eyes. They were arrested, and a second wave who was preparing to jump were also arrested. Next time some loser says black people can't swim, just remember that less than 70 years ago, black people were being covered in acid and beaten into unconsciousness just for swimming.